Ayo, I'm Tits,
Hey, I'm Areolas.
and we're covering the Scorpion King today. Hey, Lorenzo, what's your
Yes, we do.
previous exposure to the Scorpion King?
I probably saw this when it came out. It came out 2002, and I think 2002 is a great year for movies. I always say it.
Oh, well, what'd you
Yeah.
think of this one when it first came out?
I probably thought it was great when it came out, but rewatching it like I did yesterday, it wasn't all that.
Oh yeah, it's the first time I watched this movie was doing Black Adam History Month last year, last February, and I watched all the Rock movies, and this was
Mhm.
like one of the first ones that I watched, and it was whatever, I guess. I don't
You
know.
know, probably for the time, whenever it did come out, it was cool to see The Rock in a movie because he was like the best dude in wrestling right at the moment. I mean,
Yeah.
he's still kind of on top now.
He
With
doesn't
his
wrestle at all. Doesn't he retire?
he wasn't really retired, but he was like going all Hollywood instead of wrestling. But
Mm.
now recently he's on the board of the new people, the TKO who own WWE now, so he's more involved in it now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
That's pretty
he's kind
cool.
of he's kind of brought resurgence to wrestling as of now. So he's doing that more, which everyone are kind of talking shit about him because they're like, oh, you failed with Black Adam, you failed with what other movie he did? I can't remember what it was, and so you're coming back to wrestling. You know what I mean?
I mean, I can argue that he failed with all of his movies, but that's just my opinion.
Well, yeah,
Obviously, my opinion is not the correct one because he's made lots of money off of those movies. But personally, I don't like his acting.
I'll say though I do value your opinion more than others because you have actually watched every Rock movie there is, so you could have a better opinion, I think, than most.
Definitely the best thing he's been in is Jungle Cruise
Really?
by far. Yes,
So I don't know because I liked him in Pain and Gain. I haven't seen everything he's done, but I loved Pain and Gain. Jumanji's pretty alright.
Jumanji's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. That's
Yeah,
about it. Everything, everything else is. But talking
he has
about
like
sport,
40 movies at least. You know
yeah,
that?
he plays like the same dude, right? In every movie, essentially.
Pretty much. Like, he is just The Rock in every movie. He's not a great actor. He's good at being The Rock, and that's pretty
Hmm.
much about it. I mean,
Absolutely.
uh I've seen his I've seen his attempt to act like a chick, and it's hilarious. Well, in Jumanji. He's from Chick to The Rock. I forget in which one, but his attempt is hilarious but also bad. But let's start talking about this movie. This movie takes place in the past. A lot of pyramids and a lot of dirt. You know the thing about sand? More particular sand. It's not dirt, it's sand. You know the thing about sand and how it's rough and coarse and irritating and it gets everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, it does get everywhere.
It's everywhere in this movie. How are people not dehydrated? First of all, I mean, must because of the denial, but
Yeah, that never comes up. The idea of someone being very dehydrated or overheated or having to use the bathroom. You would think that would be more of a worry than assassins or arrows. Like you feel like that would kill someone before any of the other things do.
I have this theory with movies in general. Um, who cares about the things that happen? Everybody knows that these things happen. Like, you got to eat, sleep, use the bathroom, shower, whatever.
Hmm.
Everybody knows that these things are going to happen. But the more the movies come, where the movies come in, people, it doesn't happen normally. We have a group of warriors leaded by this guy named Menon, and he's just invading a bunch of villages and a bunch of people, a bunch of groups of people.
Hmm.
And what's fun about this guy in particular, why everybody's so scared of him? oh, we could just take him on normally, but because of the sorcerer that he has, magic, everyone's afraid of magic. I'm like, haven't you guys heard of science?
I don't
I
know.
mean,
Science is pretty scary.
I thought science is just like magic that you know
Yeah,
how it
yeah.
works.
Magic that you can explain, I guess.
I, I mean, ba- mhm. I can guarantee that this freaking sorcerer who's using any sort of magic at all, if it were like even like this year or maybe 2000 years in the future, then we'd as a collective society would be able to access this magic because it's just science. So
Yeah.
I don't trust the sorcerer whatsoever. I feel like I could take on this sorcerer. Like I can just bow, bop him. Bow, you know?
I would go with the elbow, but yeah, no, you could
Oh, like
definitely,
that.
yeah, hell yeah, there you go, all
Yeah.
fucking Thai style. That's my preference. But yeah, so this sorcerer, or we think is a sorcerer, right?
Yeah.
Is helping this dude like conquer battles because that sorcerer knows if that dude's gonna lose. So they could predict when he's gonna win or when he's gonna lose or how to win. So he can never lose, essentially, right? Because he
Yeah.
already knows. So they bring in what, the Rock, right? And
Mhm.
his mercenary friends. He's like a mercenary, right? Or an assassin? He's an assassin.
Um what's the difference?
Yeah, well, not really a difference in this day and age. Assassin kills for money, so I
Mm.
guess he just kills for money. And he's got
Isn't a
what his
mercenary kill for money?
yeah, yeah. Maybe a mercenary is trained at war. Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
All right.
A
Well,
war trained assassin. Uh, I think so, right? While an assassin is just a regular person who kills for money.
money, murder.
Yeah,
That's it. That's
murder for hire. That's the plot.
murder for hire.
Murder
Yeah.
for hire. And so they ask The Rock and his buddy and his buddy's son, or no, his brother and his brother's son, right? Like his nephew to go kill the dude,
Yeah.
and they end up like, oh, shocker, they find out that they're coming. It's like, dude, you got someone that can predict the future. Of course, they're gonna see you fucking coming, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, that's kind of okay. But
I
yeah,
do like the strat. Uh, they're just like, let's just try to sneak. Let's sneak. Let's be sneaking, okay? Let's sneak into the camp. Or like you said, you got somebody who could predict the future, but can they predict how they're going to attack?
I don't think
That's my
so.
question.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
he could have chosen either like the most direct, most quick way because you obviously know somebody has the ability to see the future, so you want to be able to just get them immediately, catch them
yeah.
off guard.
Hit
But
him
the way
hard and
that
fast.
the way they do it though, it guarantees capture because they're just sneaking around. Oh yeah, let's just sneak around. But you got somebody who's like, oh, there's somebody here. I predicted this. Hey guys, go look around the camp to see who's here. Oh wow, we found somebody. Who knew? I was right. I was right. There was somebody trying to sneak into the camp. So immediately, The Rock should have just been like, uh, running in, guns blazing. Well, there's no guns. Swords blazing.
Mhm.
That's what he should have done.
Should have, but he
Yeah.
didn't.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. And so they get captured.
Yep.
Him and his brother get captured, and then it turns out that I guess the nephew like betrayed him. I think he like sold them out, and that's pretty fucked up.
Oh, oof. Big
Hmm.
oof.
Yeah,
I
real
just
fucked
think
up.
oh, did you see the method in which they capture everybody. And then we have like the brother of the Rock's character is being executed.
Yeah,
And the way that they do it is crazy. I've never seen this before. let's just put a guy buried up to his neck in the desert, and I imagine it'd be hot. Although maybe the deeper the hole is, the colder it is because it's away from the sun. So it'd be
That
nice, refreshing.
yeah.
But the
Still
fire
weird though.
ants, what?
Still
The
sucks to
fire
be
ants.
buried in sand, but yeah, the fire ants are nice added. Okay, I guess if that doesn't get him, that will.
I don't think just burying somebody in sand would get them normally, unless they're like tied up. I don't think it was tied up. Honestly, I didn't
Nah,
see.
nah,
No.
nah. He's able to, I guess, wriggle himself out if he tapped A forever or whatever you do in
Yeah.
that.
Just tap X.
Yeah,
Let's try
over and
again.
over
Let's keep
again.
going. Keep going. All right, I'm
Struggle.
out. Um, luckily though, I do like the Rock's character is able to escape, which is nice. He,
Yeah, and it's weird how he like that dude ends up, being like slick slick Rick and helping him out for the promise of him going on the adventure as like a comedic relief. And I don't know, they end up just like trying to go get revenge. That's all it is, right? Throughout the whole thing, them trying to, oh, we got to go find a way back into the pyramid to get revenge on my brother's killer. And oh yeah, the wizard that I thought was a dude is a hot ass chick, you know.
it seems to be that way.
Hmm.
Like there's several. There's this movie is pretty much just this. Like after he gets captured, then he goes back to like try to talk to some fellows, and but then go back into his place, and then he tries to another attempt at assassinating Menum, and then he has to escape yet again. Menum has to retaliate, and then a bunch of people are now after the Rock's character, and they're trying to get him. And I'm like, you should have really just not tried to sneak in, dude. You should have just rushed in. I really think he should have done that. He really messed up trying to sneak around, trying to be cool.
Yeah,
You
he
know?
keeps. I don't know if he keeps just like not planning. Like he just, hey, I just go kill him, and it's like, dude, it's not that easy, especially when like he already knows you're coming, or he's got a whole
Yeah,
army, or like there's guards everywhere, and I don't know. He just keeps screwing up. He keeps trying again. I think the second time he tried to go in, he befriended or he captured that wizard girl. Who I don't know what you call a wizard girl. What's a girl wizard? Like a
witch.
really?
Yeah,
That'd be like a wizardress. Wizardress.
wizardress. That's just a witch.
Wizardress.
It matches. It sounds. I sorry. It rhymes with bitch, which is how you can tell.
She's hot though. No, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie. This chick's real hot. This chick witch. And so he ended up capturing her as sort of like, oh, I have his witch now, but
yeah,
she's like, oh, he doesn't really care about me. He just uses me to win wars. Like I'm not really much of a thing, and I want to help you defeat him. And he's like, oh, okay, well then you could help me, whatever. And so they try
yeah.
again to.
They try again. It's fun. I like the chemistry that they bring on. Like, it seems like this chick though, she's like, "Ooh, I like your muscles, The Rock. I know this isn't your full form. Your full form is going to be in 20 years, but like, what you got going on? And how old is he right now in this movie?
Oh, in this
2002.
movie,
Yeah, let's
let's
see when was The Rock born. He was born 1972, and this movie came out in 2002. How old would he be? Um, I don't know math
70,
well. 30?
72, 2002, 70, 80, 90,
30?
10. Yeah, like 30.
Yeah, he's 30 in this film.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, old, late 20s, early 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Pretty good
late
age.
20s. Yeah, so he's in his prime, or at least a little bit past his prime.
Mm-hmm.
I guess actually I'd say his prime for The Rock is probably like 20s to 40s or even 50s.
I'm about to say
He still looks like he's in his prime. Yeah.
he's green right now as far as movies go. Like as far as a movie actor, he's like a baby because this is like what one of the first movies he did besides The Mummy, well, where he played the Scorpion King. You know?
Yeah, the Mummy and then the Scorpion King.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he's the scorpion in that one. You
the
remember
Scorpion.
the CGI rock
Yeah,
scorpion guy? That's fun.
that's where the whole idea came for this movie was from him playing that Scorpion CGI character from The Mummy Returns. This is just a spin-off from The Mummy Returns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like. Oh boy. So let's try another attempt. And also let's try on top of this attempt to get this guy we're trying to get. Let's get more dudes because a bunch of people are ambushing them, and it's like, what? How many enemies do you have? you know, you know
Ooh,
how
The
many
Rock?
enemies? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Well,
he's an assassin, right? So I imagine I feel like he's made a lot of enemies just from existing and doing being a jerk or being the handsome white the perfect pearly white teeth that he has out in the desert. Now you brush him.
how how do you? Maybe it's sand. You can just keep your mouth open the entire time, and the sand coursing through the air will just brush up against all the plaque on your teeth, making them super shiny and white. That's how
Like
I
sand.
think. Sandpaper.
Yeah, I was about to say just like sandpaper, it just slowly dissolves them down to
Yeah,
nothing eventually.
that's why his teeth are so white.
Well, there you go. There's logic right there.
Yeah. So
Can't argue with that.
I do like at this point in the film, we got The Rock's character. Um he's like real cocky. Ooh, yeah, I can defeat Venom. I can defeat him. I can get him.
Hmm.
But I do like the chick that you got. The future seeing chick. She's
Hmm.
like, "All right, um either this guy is going to slaughter everyone here, or he's just going to slaughter you." And I'm like, why does it have to be just those two paths? Aren't there more paths in life than just that? It ultimately depends on your decision. But I do like his confidence. Like, immediately disregards what she has to say. Nope, I'm going to make my own way, actually. Nope. I actually am going to win. I'm going to find a way to win. Whatever you think is happening in the future is not going to happen in the future. It's not this future. It's not my future. It's some alternate timeline's future, but not
Hmm.
mine. I like that confidence. And then they have like a little bit of a kissu and a sexu. And it's weird, but
Hell
also
yeah, though.
fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it is fun.
No, it's that cheap sort of writing of I'll design my own destiny. I don't care what the future chick says. I don't care that there's just two forks in the road. Whenever yeah, the idea
Two
of
forks in the road, go through the middle.
I'll say destiny doesn't work like that where there's just a heads or a tails. It's more like a dice roll or a hexa dice roll or whatever, you know.
Or it's like a dialogue tree. You
Yeah.
got choices to make. You choose dialogue, and then from that dialogue, it splits off from there.
Mhm.
It's not like set in the future. I don't know what this chick's going on.
No, I don't. I have no idea. Women's intuition, very odd.
Yeah,
Uh, but she's still hot, so I would listen to her anyways. I'm letting you know right now.
dude, I think she's going to betray him though. Like, why would she go over to from the guy who from the that guy who is like protecting you? You had all the power in the world, and you're just like, yeah, this guy sucks. and we're in an agreement, and I like that agreement that we're in, so I want to help you out, actually. I want to help you out. But then goes to the guy anyway after this, and it's just like, oh yeah, things are nice and helpful and great, and I'm helpful, actually. I'm here to help you. But then, like, the thing that she's doing, it makes me seem, at first, I was like, what are you doing? You're betraying The Rock. And The Rock's not going to like that. But then it took me a second to be like, oh, she's playing with him. She's
Hmm.
playing with Menem. She's
Hmm.
going to get him. And she even got me fooled for a little bit. I thought she was betraying The Rock.
No, she was trying to change his destiny by, I guess, doing it first or going a different route, and that didn't work out. Destiny still kind of played out the same way as in her head, kind of.
Hmm. I like it. I like the full on battle at the end.
Yeah,
They're
it's pretty
just
epic.
it has to be the most epic part of the movie because the other parts of the movie, I'm bored. I'm bored.
This
Like
was the only part where I felt like The Rock could lose. Every other fight, I feel like he was, like you said, overconfident, which was part of his
yeah,
character. Not gonna lie, but you really felt like he could have lost and died against this enemy.
yeah. Like I felt like this one had stakes, and because this battle had stakes, I was able to care. I guess. I
Hmm.
mean, yeah. The last several battles, I was like, "There's no way The Rock's not winning.
Hmm.
He's going to win
Hmm.
always." And I feel like, yeah, he's going to win in this one too, but it's a little bit more complicated than that because we got like armies against armies, and it's like, who is going to win actually? It gets close. I like how close it gets. Um, but of course, The Rock's character, even though he's named The Rock, his body is not as hard as a rock.
Nope.
He gets shot.
Hmm.
This is false advertising.
Why is
I
that?
thought he was rock hard.
You thought he
Like,
was made of stone?
I thought he was made of stone. Why else would he call himself The Rock?
Oh, I was gonna say because his real it's not even his real name, right?
No,
Rocky is
his name is the Dwayne Johnson Rock. That's his real name.
his dad went by Rocky Maivia, and then he went by The
Ah.
Rock, I believe. I don't even think that was his dad's real name though, but that's just the stage names that they had.
Yeah, stage names might as well be as real as real names, or even
Hell
more
yeah.
real than real names.
And actually, just real quick fact, just recently with The Rock getting on that TKO board for WWE where he's kind of like a part owner,
Yeah.
he in part of the deal, he got his name back so he can use The Rock. You know how he was just using Dwayne Johnson like on movie
What?
posters?
Wait. WWE had exclusive rights to the name The Rock.
Yeah, they own the
Okay.
name The Rock. So now he has that name back as of joining that board.
Okay.
Yeah. They owned that's why like in these early movies you see The Rock, I think they have producers like this one was produced by Vince McMahon from WWE because he had to
Yeah.
be a
The
part of it because he
yeah the poster says on here The Rock.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
because they were getting a cut the wrestling WWE for it because they own the rights
Okay.
to the name.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um. Hmm. You know what is also right right after we have the rocket shot. He's about to shoot a bow and arrow.
Hmm.
He's about to shoot a bow and arrow. You know it's
Uh-huh.
fun.
What is?
Fires an arrow. Menem. I think this is a little bit of a low move by The Rock. This guy exhausted. He was tired.
Hmm.
You took out all the energy in him. and use this instead of be like, oh, fair fight, fair fight. I know you don't play fair in this game, the game of war. We're not playing fair. However, it's a dirty move by The Rock to be like, okay, you're tired. I'm gonna shoot you, and then you're gonna fall to your death because you fell off a balcony or what, or a roof. It was a roof. You fell off the roof. Why
Uh-huh.
were you on the roof? Why would you place yourself on the roof? Why is it in like action movies you just feel the need to go on roofs or moving trains or moving vehicles? Why can't you just fight somewhere normally, like on the ground? You ever wonder that?
It just had to be epic. Like they have to be on skyscrapers or above waterfalls or right there at the top of a pyramid. And did he say something like "dodge this"? Whenever he said something cocky, right? Like
Yeah,
before he shot the arrow, he was like "dodge this" or some.
dodge this, and then he's dead.
And then
Uh,
it shoots the dude, and not only does it like pierce him, but it like the velocity of it launches him, like the arrow had like torque to it that it shot him out into the off the ceiling, like you said, off the building. And
how
then the
strong is he?
I'm about to say that shit, like that had to be 200 pounds like of torque getting tossing him off, and then the explosion happens at the same time. So not only does he get like shot off the fucking building, but the explosion burns him, and
Oh,
it's just the epic timing of it, which it was good. It was cheesy, but it was like a good scene, you know.
yeah, that part is pretty fun. I
Yeah.
also wonder, like, what type of strength do you need for a bow and arrow?
Oh, you need a lot of strength. I'm pretty
So,
damn sure.
is it in your arms or something?
For a manual bow and arrow like that, yeah, it's all in your arms. But
So the
mhm.
I'm obviously The Rock can do a bow and arrow.
Yeah, yeah.
He's got the arms. So I do believe that with his muscles, he'd just be like, "Oh, this is easy," and then just. But how do you store power after you pulled it back? Do you
I
just
think
pull it back more?
there's a part I think where he pulled it back, and then like right at the end, he pulled it back just a little bit more, like to give it that extra. Oh, you're gonna get launched the fuck off of this building like, when I hit you with this, you know,
This is a bullet. Actually, what is a thing that can push somebody that propels forward?
dude. You've seen that like in there's probably movies where they shoot a rocket and the rocket like hits a person, and instead of blowing them up, it like launches them off, and then they explode. You know,
Yeah,
at the end of like Kick Ass. Have you seen the first Kick Ass?
yeah, I've seen the first Kick Ass.
At the end of
It was
that, I
my
think.
first movie review, actually.
Oh, was it? No way.
Uh, yeah, that I've watched the movie for.
Oh shit. No way.
Thanks.
Good movie.
I was about to say oh, it was my first movie review, but I actually did that with Tony from Hack the Movies on the Power Rangers, but I didn't watch that movie.
The
I did
famous
watch Kick Ass
the
before
famous
reviewing it.
YouTuber,
He's a
Tony?
very famous YouTuber, Tony from Hack the Movies. Did you know
Oh.
that?
Yeah, I do recall that being said that he is a famous YouTuber from uh, Hack the
Hack the
Movies,
Movies.
Tony.
Yeah.
No,
Uh,
yeah, Kick
the
Ass.
battle's done. They're all cheering. Well, not really cheering. I guess the closest cheering that they'll get is we got this guy's army. Just is like, all right, hands off. Okay, Scorpion King, you're Scorpion King,
Mm-hmm.
and it's nice. It's nice to see. The Rock is having a chill time, and he's like, all right. Also, the future telling chick, sorcerer chick, you got the future in your eyes. Tell me, what's life going to like? What's life going to be like? And she's like, well, since you're asking me about life, it's going to be rocky. You're going to have a piece of peace and all that fun jazz, but it's not going to last forever. You know, like normal. You
Mm-hmm.
want peace to happen for 100 years? Uh,
very vague fortune. Oh, it'll be peaceful and then bad things will happen. Yeah, no shit. Anyone can fucking tell you that
yeah, anyone can tell you that.
that's how life is. Yeah.
But like this, The Rock though, he's like, I'm gonna make my own destiny, and I'm like, oh, so there's gonna be no period of peace then, or maybe it's gonna be a really long period of peace. What does he mean by that?
What I think what it's setting up for, from what I read on Wikipedia, is that that's like foreshadowing the events of the Mummy and the Mummy Returns. I guess that was put in there. I don't know. I guess
Is the
that's
Scorpion King a prequel?
yeah, yeah. It is
Okay.
actually a prequel, so it's kind of setting up for, I guess, when he battles
Oh, it
the
takes place 5,000 years before the Mummy.
yeah. So I guess he later on he battles the villain that is from the Mummy, and then that takes over him and has him as his servant. I don't know. I don't remember
Mm,
the Mummy movies. I really don't. I don't
I
remember
don't
how they tie
either.
in. I know they're
Or I know
good.
there's a roller coaster at Universal
I
based
know
off of the Mummy.
Brendan Fraser's like fucking ripped in that movie. Like he looks fucking handsome as fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know that. That's all I
I
remember
like
from
movie stars who look good in movies too.
it. I like to say when a man looks good. You know, I don't mind saying that, and I'm like, yeah, Brendan Fraser looked good in the Mummy.
Yeah.
Very good.
I guess overall, what was your experience watching this movie?
Rewatching it, oh man, I'd give it like a 4. It was cheesy. It was like but I was like, nah, this movie didn't. It was just like whatever, you know. Not impressed. Oh, you're muted.
All right, what was that?
I give it like a 4. I wasn't impressed with it. Maybe when I saw it when it first came out, I was like, oh shit, The Rock, that's cool. He's a wrestler I know. And now seeing him in it, I'm like, it's just it's just The Rock being The Rock. It was an okay watch, but I'll say a 4.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. It's. I feel like the main attraction of the movie is the fact that the Rock's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Definitely.
Everything else that happens, it's just a lot of going back and forth trying to kill a guy and failing, not succeeding at all, having to do it several times. And the only way that you can be successful if the guy, I guess in this chick, it's the chick, and the chick on his side who is helping him be powerful is like, I don't actually like him, and just decides to be with The Rock. If that didn't happen, who knows what would have happened in this movie. Like, it just seems very convenient that she just didn't want to deal with this shit. Like, I don't like that guy's dude. He's not treating me right. Um, it seems it honestly, it makes me feel, it gives me an impression. This movie gives me an impression that, yeah, it makes sense that The Rock, like this guy, he's being hired to kill a dude. And it's his journey to being killing a dude. There are more interesting movies that do that premise.
Oh
But
yeah.
this movie, it feels like we have a premise. We know the end goal is to murder that guy.
Mm-hmm.
What's in between? Not really anything. Nothing visually interesting. Uh Dialogue of The Rock. He's not the best actor, so a lot of his lines just kind of are flat,
Mm-hmm.
and overall, it's not a super fun movie to rewatch. But
Mm-mm.
I watched it, and I don't think I'll rewatch it. But it's whatever, I guess. It looks ugly. This movie looks ugly. I don't
Yeah,
like how it looks at all. So I guess I'd give this movie, it's a solid like 5 for me.
that sounds about right. It's a good one time watch,
Yeah.
but really dissecting it and thinking about it, it's like nah. If you want to compare The Rock now, he's made better movies, I'll say, than this. You
Yeah.
know, yeah,
Oh yeah.
no. But the Scorpion King, that was the Scorpion King, and want to play a game with you. That I like to
Wait, wait,
call
wait.
Wait,
What
what?
makes him a scorpion king?
Ooh,
What makes him a king of scorpions?
I'm
Is
glad
he
you
king?
asked that. It mentions
Oh,
it real quick. So that's the thing. I don't know. I don't remember seeing the Mummy Returns and why he was the Scorpion King, but in this movie, there's a real quick scene that fixes that where the bad dude, whatever his name is, Menem or whatever.
yeah, yeah.
So he gives one of his bad dudes a arrow with scorpion venom on it, and he goes, "Make sure you stick him with this, and it'll kill him." And so at whenever the Rock kills them all pretty easily, right before that dude dies, he stabs the Rock in the leg with this scorpion venom laced arrow. And so the Rock is like, ah, and like it hurts him. And
Yeah.
so he's poisoned now. And that chick uses her witch powers to like heal him, but then suck, I don't know, the aura from his body magically somehow, the poison that would kill him. And she doesn't get sick from it. She almost dies from it, like some sort of alien power. But that's why she says to him, "For you will forever be tied with the scorpion because of that venom that was in you." And
So that
that's the
makes you a
whole.
king.
Well, later on, when he helps them defeat the bad guy, and he, everyone sees him, they're like, "Thank you, whatever, the Rock, you're our king now." And so now
I'm
he's
the
like,
scorpion king. Don't get
yeah,
it wrong.
and
I
that's
got
it.
stung by a arrow with scorpion poison once, and I survived. That
Uh
makes me
huh.
the king of all scorpions.
That's it. That's all it was. And that black dude at the end is like, you're not just an assassin anymore. You're a king, a scorpion king, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like he said the part of the movie. That's the title.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's
that
that's good. Good to know. I'm glad we
yeah,
cleared that up.
yeah. No, that with explaining the plot point in that. So I
It
thought
just
I'd
seems
mention.
so convoluted. And so like, yeah, sure, yeah, that'll work. Oh, without like a second thought added to the script.
Yeah, I would just feel bad if you were like a fan of the Mummy series and you came to this like hoping, oh, it's going to continue the story of the Mummy or fill in holes, and it's like, no, it just makes more questions, I think, than answers.
Yeah.
It's just a movie with The Rock in it. That's it.
Yeah. Pretty
That's
much.
it. But we have a game here. I like to call it. I'm going to call it Symbol of the Band, and so when I remember hearing about the Scorpion King when I was a kid, they had a soundtrack. You know how they make movie soundtracks, right?
Yeah.
And they had badass rock bands that were going to be on there. And I really was into System of a Down, and I still am. They're a good band.
Yeah.
And so they put out like a unreleased track on this soundtrack for the Scorpion King.
Hmm.
So I was like, "Oh shit, I got to hear it," and I love it. It's a good song. But
Yeah.
that ties into our game today, where we're gonna look at symbols of bands, and I want you to guess the band from the symbol.
All right.
Yeah, I
Or
thought that
like
would
identifying species of scorpion.
no. I feel like that'd be too easy for you. I feel like you actually would
I don't
like
know anything about scorpions.
you
You know
would just know
arachnids?
arachnids.
Yeah.
The spider or no, are scorpions arachnids? I don't think so. I think spiders are arachnids.
Yeah, they are
Oh, are they?
correct. I
Well,
mean, I
see,
know that a spider is arachnid. Is a scorpion closer to a crab or a spider?
let me see
I don't
that.
know what they are technically. They're close to
Is
that.
a scorpion an arachnid? Let me go. They are predatory arachnids
Okay.
of the
Good to know.
order Scorpionis.
Is
I don't know.
the arachnid the class? Does that mean they have 8 legs?
Let's see. Scorpion. Scorpions are predatory arachnids of the order Scorpionis. They have 8 legs and are easily recognized by their grasping pincers and narrow segmented tail.
Good to know.
I don't know. Fuck scorpions. We dealt with one scorpion in my life, and it was in like my niece's room, and it was all scary. I was like, fuck
I've
scorpions.
never dealt with a scorpion before.
They're scary for no reason. Uh, System of a Band, or what did I call it? Symbol of the band. Do. Let's see here. What the first one here I have. Do you
Wu-Tang
know?
Clan.
Oh, look at that! You already know that one. Wu-Tang
Yeah.
Clan. That is.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, do you know this symbol?
Red Hot Chili Peppers?
No.
Uh, what the fuck is that? Black hole side, won't you come wash the rain away? I don't know. Whoever did that band.
So this is Godsmack, and they did
Oh,
the
I've never heard of the
actual
band before.
the if I don't know if you remember the end credits song on the Scorpion King was Godsmack. It was like I stand alone inside, I stand alone
That doesn't seem like a good choice for a
because
song.
he's standing alone when he fights, and then it talks about like the venom in me. I don't know, whatever.
Oh, I think he was a king though.
God, Godsmack. That was Godsmack. Do
Oh,
you know who
okay.
this is?
Oh, I've seen that. The Rolling Stones.
Hell yeah. I'm trying to think of a good song. Man,
I don't know
sugar,
any of the songs, but
it's
I only
just a shot away. It's just a shot away.
Oh, that's the Rolling Stones.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. That's like on every Vietnam War movie that plays that one
mm,
song.
yeah. I've heard a lot of popular songs, but it's just always been on the radio, so I don't know who the bands are.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah. Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Hell yeah. That's I thought you were gonna say the asterisk. 'Cause
It
it's literally just an asterisk.
is just
Uh
an asterisk. Yeah,
yeah, I know. I don't know why they picked the asterisk, I guess. Better than a Nazi symbol, right?
that's true.
Do you know who this is?
Uh, what the fuck? Caesar?
No, I was gonna say Gengar, and it's it's a
Who is it?
Pokemon. It's who is it? That Pokemon with the eye unknown.
Yeah, it's an unknown Pokemon.
It's an unknown.
Mhm.
So this is Prince, and
Oh,
there's
explains it. I've
yeah.
never listened to Prince.
You've never listened to Prince?
Yeah, I have heard Prince name my entire life. I even remember uh on TV, Prince has died. And I was like, "Oh, who's that guy?" And then
Man,
there would be like, "Prince has many, many albums and he is the most popular singer ever." And I was like, "Oh, huh. I
I
don't
wouldn't
think I
say
can recall a Prince song."
I wouldn't say that. I think I've always thought he was like second best. He was like Pepsi to Michael Jackson being Coca-Cola. You know, he was always
Yeah.
like number two. But the Batman, the original Batman movie with Michael Keaton,
Yeah.
he did the whole soundtrack to that movie.
Oh.
Like literally like the if you look up the Michael or the Batman 1989, right? Not the one with
Yeah.
Tony in it. He was in Batman Begins. But
He was in The Dark Knight Rises.
there you go, right? He was in
Yeah.
Dark Knight Rises. I need to get
Yeah.
my IMDb right. But if
Ha.
you look up the first Batman movie, the soundtrack, it's like all done by Prince, all the songs.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I
And
definitely have heard his music before. I've watched that movie.
and quick note too, this symbol, he went by Prince, but whenever he tried to leave his record label, they
The
owned the
artist formerly known as Prince.
yeah, they kept his name, so he just named himself this symbol and called himself the artist formerly known as Prince. But he went by this symbol.
Legally, what does this legally look like?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm this symbol.
yeah. Legally, I'm the artist formerly known as Prince. So, haha, I got away with it.
Yeah.
International School Ministry.
Yeah,
It's all about trademarks. What's this
it
next
is.
one here?
What the fuck? Uh there's it's a satanic symbol, but the top 2 points is a heart. That's interesting.
I thought you were gonna
Um
say it was boobs or a butt. Maybe if it was upside down.
uh is a Satan lover band.
So I forget the band where they're from, but the band is called Him.
Oh, I've
And
never heard of it before.
I've never really heard their music, but I know Bam Margera, the skater from Jackass. He's like really about this band to where he like uses their symbol as his like symbol too,
Hmm,
you know. But yeah,
that's cool.
I don't know any songs from them. I don't think I don't if I have heard any, I don't know any.
Yeah,
Uh,
that makes sense.
him. Do you know who this is?
This is a Satanist.
Christ is King. Trending. This is Bad Religion.
I've never heard of him.
Really? You've never heard?
Yeah,
Okay. I couldn't think of any of their songs. I know they were on like the Tony Hawk soundtrack, maybe. They're punk. I don't know.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Hmm.
I've never played any of the games.
You haven't? Oh my
No, I've
god.
never played.
Oh,
Played other skater games, but just not those ones.
part one and two are great. Everything else is but part one and two are great.
Epic.
Uh, who is this?
Nirvana.
There you go, Nirvana.
I've seen those shirts. I've seen that particular symbol on Hot Topic shirts so many times.
When I was looking up symbols, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's a Nirvana symbol." I thought it was. I don't know why I thought it was something else. It just
Hmm.
didn't. Nirvana's okay.
Nirvana is okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I know many people are like, "Oh, I love Nirvana," but I'm like, I mean, yeah, sure. I'm personally not a huge grunge fan myself. I prefer, I don't know, not grunge. So I never was really into Nirvana. I've heard a couple of Nirvana songs, but a lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm so big into Nirvana," and I'm just like, I don't get it. But also, I'm big into Ninja Sex Party, so a lot
Mm,
completely different music. I understand.
no, I get it. I'm into sad girl pop like Lana Del Rey and Lord and all that. So I
Lord's still around?
yeah, she's still
Huh.
making music. She's aging, but she still looks good.
Yeah, I think I was like 14 when I first heard of her song, and I think my first memory was like, she's 16 years old when I was like 14 or something. Like she was young
Yeah.
when I first heard of her.
She's cute. She's got a weird sound to her, but I like her music. But but speaking of Nirvana, if people want to experience Nirvana with your links, where can they find you?
Well, you can go to my YouTube, youtube.com/ASC Presents. I do daily movie reviews every day at 7 p.m. ET. YouTube.com/ASC Presents. If you want to request a movie for me to review, it's only $20 at patreon.com/ASC Present. If you want to help support the daily grindiness of all them daily movie reviews, go to my link tree, linktr.ee/Sitzman Salad. And that's where you can find me, but also Monday through Friday comic reviews for Canon's Sake Live. That's what it is. It is. It is.
Wonderful. And you can find me doing daily podcasts. That's all funny. Anywhere podcasts are available, just search That's All Funny. Do a podcast on Monday with my buddy Gabe called That's All Kayfabe. We talk about wrestling and other funny stuff. And you can see this show on Tuesdays here on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/at Lorenzo Areola if you're already watching right now. And check out either of our Patreons. You can check out mine, patreon.com/Lorenzo Areola for other stuff you want to support it. But support any of us if you'd like. It's great. I want to thank the wonderful Mint Salad for being here today. And thank you all for watching and see you all next week. Take care. Stay rocky.